to Allshorts. Well, I thought I'd just do a little update. I just did an update on my other channel, Wally Bra. Well, I thought I'd just do an update on Allshorts. Well, we just bought some trees from our local Super U because they had them on offer. And we thought it'd be a good idea to, well, try and get more for our money. So we just bought another 10 trees and we bought 10 fruit trees. Oh, so yeah, we've got some Williams pear, another pear. We've got a couple of peach trees. And what else we got there? Oh, some pruno. We've got some prune, as in plum trees. 2 plum trees, and we've got 2 golden delicious and gala. Anyway, we've got 10 trees. So we just picked up another 10 trees, and basically we got 10 trees for what we would have paid for probably 3. So that made quite a bit of difference because I never realised how much. Simon says, "Oh, I don't know. Is this deja vu? I think it might be." Simon says. Well, I say. Yeah. Anyway, as you know, Simon, I just picked up some trees for our rewilding project. It's only going to be a short one. Just want to do a bit of an update. Just so you don't think we've forgotten about our little project. Kind of a rewilding project, but it's kind of going to be more, I suppose. Well, it's tree planting nevertheless. How do you try and save the earth? Oh, dearest, make it all Nigel Farage onto me. Yeah, I don't know. He wants us all burned, doesn't he, by the sun? Global warming and all that. He doesn't want, he doesn't want to prevent us from being affected by global warming. Anyway, lock him up anyway. He's a criminal. He took over 500,000 from the Russians, he did. Yeah. What a swine. But we already knew that, didn't we? We all knew that. Russia today, yeah, what are they? They're like a proxy. That's what they are. To give Nigel Farage loads of dough, loads of wonga. That's what they did. So yes, I bought some trees, and we've got some more on order as well. We made an order before I went back to the UK from Humorous, which is like an online nursery, and we just got notification that they should be coming possibly today. Didn't exactly say when it was coming, but they just said they're kind of en route, but didn't say it was like en route, if you know what I mean. I don't know if it's just left the hub or got to the hub or what. So we've got some more trees coming from them. That's a bit of an experiment, so I don't know what they're going to be like, and it's a size or rootstock or whatever. Daily Blase, hello my buddy. I hope you're well. Been watching your videos, I have. You did another one this morning. That you did. Yeah, because I keep doing loads of videos. I'll tell you what though, no one's seemed to notice that I've changed my little studio space. It's not green screen, you know. I felt that the background in my studio space was a little bit fussy and distracting. And I couldn't really use it for much else. It's kind of like, a bit of a mess. It didn't quite work, I don't think. So anyway, I dismantled it, filled all the holes up, and then, stuck the wooden stuff around. So that just looks a bit different. It's a bit cleaner, I suppose, a bit more modern. Oh well. I need a new chair though, because my blue chair looks a bit weird against it, but there you go. My fat body seems to cover most of it up. So, yeah, anyway, we are trying to do our bit. And, of course, we benefit from it as well. But I'm really interested in trying to provide habitat for the animals. And, if you provide habitat, you've got to provide food. So what we're doing is, obviously, these are fruit trees, these are. And we've got Slate's got 2 golden delicious, we've got a gala, obviously apple trees, pommier, and then we've got plum, 2 plum trees and peach, and we've got the flat sort of peach thing as well. I can't remember what it's called though, but it's like, yeah, sort of peach. Not nectarine, no, it's a peach. So yeah, so we've got those, and we bought them because, well, we bought trees anyway, and also they were good value, and we managed to get the 10 trees for the price of 3. So it made a lot of sense. And Caroline, Mrs. she told me that they're on offer, so I thought, well, let's go and get them. So I rushed up here, I did, and some of them are gone already, but I managed to buy the last 10. But yeah, they were cheap. So be quite interested to see what the ones from the online nursery are going to be like, because we'll decide whether or not we're going to be buying more from them. I'm not so worried about how tall they are. It's about the rootstock. If it's a good solid rootstock, that's good. Yeah, because the rest of it will just grow. You just want that rootstock to take, and actually build the tree up from that. So if they're a bit short or whatever, that's not really a huge worry. Also, you don't want them too soft because you don't want animals eating them. And the other thing that's concerning me at the moment, so we haven't put any sticks in, stakes to stake them. Generally, I would normally do that, but the amount of trees that we plan to put in, do we have to put stakes in? Because the cost of it, if you, I don't know, every 100 trees, you look at 200 or 300 quid for every 100 trees, just in stakes, just for the wooden little posts to stick in for the trees. So obviously that's more trees. I'd like to get the trees in the ground. I don't want to get the trees in, but obviously I don't want to be doing it in the peak season either. So I'm trying. I want to get as many as I can in at the moment while the ground is still soft. And it's got a chance for the roots to start, hopefully, get enough, be established enough by the summer. And so don't require so much watering, because watering these things through the summer months is going to be a nightmare. I'll probably have to get a Bowser or something, like a tow behind water container thing, so we can water the trees. Because there's quite a few. Ideally, we should have thought about this last October, and start getting them in before Christmas. But things didn't pan out that way, so it's just how it's panned out. This is just how it is. So we're going to have to put the work in to actually make sure they don't die. We don't like that to happen, no. So we just have to make sure they're watered. But it's all gone a bit crazy in the world. What about P&O ferries? What's going on there? I don't know if has anyone heard the latest about P&O ferries? Because I know that they give instruction to say disembark. Doesn't that mean take everybody off and all the containers off and everything off the lorry? Now, to me, that tells me one thing. Doesn't mean, are they going into liquidation? Because if they are, and the receivers are going in, they'll tape and lock, they'll bond everything. Which means that, well, everything on board, including stock, all the containers and everything on that ferry, well, they'll have to apply to try and get it back. That takes time. And some of that stuff will be perishables. I wonder. It's going to cause a lot of problems if they are going under. Does anyone know? Does anyone know about P&O ferries? What's happening with P&O ferries? Do as many stakes as you can, because all it takes is one windy day and all the effort is blown away. Oh, that rhymes. Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. There's certain areas that are more exposed, so especially at the top corner with the northerly winds, some places are going to be quite protected anyway. Like further down in the valley, there's all the oak trees that are all down one side, so that's not too bad. And also I don't want to cause too much disturbance on the roots either, as it's trying to, go into the soil. It's just the cost of it, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you think about logic, every 10 stakes is a tree in it, effectively, at least. Depends how much the stakes are at the moment. You might have that price wrong, but I think they're about €2.50 to €3 for simple pole. Like a PK. You got a good point there, just saying though. Good afternoon, P. Dallas. Yeah, I'm just doing a quickie. I'm probably going to be going live tonight, actually, I think. I don't know what I'm talking about yet. Probably P&O ferries, I don't know. But there you go. I don't really know what's going on there yet, so. Oh, Danny Blase! Oh, you like my new studio? Yeah, it's just all I done is I just took the shelves off the wall, filled all the holes up, really quick. Yeah, I did not last night, the night before we did it. Because I just looked at it. I was actually getting to the point where I was feeling it felt silly, so I just thought, silly and fussy, too busy, too distracting. So bugger it, I thought let's just do something simple. Originally, what I was going to be doing is I want to get a load of pallet wood. But it's just time, and I want to get it done quickly. And I didn't have any pallet wood. And I was thinking, if I go and buy the wood, well, that's a cost. That means more trees get cut down. And we happened to go into action, which is literally just over there and back here again. Did a few bits and pieces. And they had wallpaper in there. Really nice quality wallpaper. That was like $7.99 a roll it was for wallpaper. I thought it was going to cost me an arm and a leg. And it was actually quite good quality wallpaper. I thought it was going to be really rubbish. And it went on, considering our walls are all, because it's old plaster, you see. Well, it's new plaster I put on, but the walls I haven't dry lined, it's not been plaster bordered or anything. All the walls are a little bit like that. And I was a bit worried that I'm not going to be able to wallpaper it very well. And it come up really well, actually. I was expecting bubbles everywhere, but no. I've done a lot of wallpapering in the past, but crikey, I was quite impressed how well that stuck and kept to the wall. So that's just good wallpaper. I'm going to do the whole house, maybe the outside as well. Cover all that, rustic stone up. No, I won't do that. No, that'd be a bit silly, wouldn't it? So does anyone know what's going on with P&O ferries? So it looks like they might be putting their shamrocks into mothballs. Maybe sell the ship to someone who needs it. Oh, okay. That sounds a bit worrying for them. And everyone else is invested. As long as you enjoy what I create, it's what matters. But thank you for your... Yeah, no worries, buddy. No, I do enjoy it. And I actually quite like when you get on the guitar as well, buddy. That's really cool. I like things to be different. You noticed? I just get a bit bored with there's some channels I follow and every single one is like same-o, same-o, same-o. And all the information's really good. And could be Phil. I'm talking about like Phil. I can't watch him, but I like listening to Phil. I think he's really well informed. But it is, you know what you're going to get. And I suppose that might be why he's doing well. That might be why I'm not. That probably explains it. I'm a bit erratic, but I can't help it. Oh dear. Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, but you've got guitars in your back hole. Daily Bananas, eh? I like guitars. I used to play a little bit, but my hands don't let me anymore. Got carpal tunnel syndrome. I can't fret very well. I even struggle with the drums now. It's just a nightmare. The sticks go everywhere, they do. Ooh, there goes another one. Where'd that go? Oh, it's stuck in Caroline's head. Oh dear, sorry. Oh dear. We must feed the animals. Yes, we must. Ezra Steinberg. Yes, we must feed animals. And I think it's quite important, actually, because if you're going to provide habitat, there's not a point in providing habitat if there's nothing for them to eat. Is there really? Or easy for them to eat. And also, the more fruity type stuff that we put in, I suppose that means there'll be less need for anything to fend away the insects, and you just pick between the eating bits. That's not a problem. That don't bother me. Hey, the man in the hat for the Rewilding project. Yes, so yeah, it's cool. Yeah, Ezra, I really do like anything, environmental, earthy type stuff. I don't know, I feel at home in it. If it makes any sense, like when I'm doing the garden, I feel at home. When I'm doing making stuff, I feel at home. It feels right to me. It's soulful. That's what it is. Soulful. It's creative. I'm quite a creative person. I might not look it. But I am actually, I love making things, drawing and all that sort of stuff, and it's just, I always have been. I've got quite an artistic family. My dad used to paint royals. My younger sister, who's older than me, she's a graphic designer. My other one's a textile designer. So we have got it in the blood. So I mean, I'm a qualified. I've got a degree in photography, so it's kind of like it's always been my thing. I love stuff like that, and it's just I don't know, anything creative. It's good for the soul. It is. Makes you feel good, and it's a great way to escape stuff, especially what's going on at the moment. It's so sad, a lot of it, and you can be very careful. You can put yourself into a bit of a depressive spiral. It's kind of why I try to take a bit of a silly stance on stuff, really, because didn't you cry all the while, wouldn't you? It's just horrendous. Some of it is. So I do try to take a different angle. Not everyone appreciates it, that I do know. I don't blame them either. Oh dear. Well, I'm gonna head off. But I think I'm gonna go live tonight. I think I will, and say, yeah. This was just a bit of an update to say we haven't forgotten about the trees. We're still buying trees, and we'll still be putting them in the ground. So what I might do is I might do a video on that actually, on our progress, because I think we've got about 70 now, 70 trees. We've still got more. Obviously, it's a lot more to get, but they're far more expensive than they first thought. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. These are cheap ships. Hence why we bought 10. What they had on the shelves. So it made sense, really. So yeah, it's just one of the things. Just need to keep plodding ahead on it, plodding ahead with it. I think we'll be putting a lot more in by the end of the year. But then I think we'll then go into the. It's going to take. I think it's going to take us 2 years to get all these trees that we want to get in, because there's 2 fields we're talking about doing with some clearings as well. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did see the other day, which I quite liked. I saw quite local to us. There's a piece of land that's been planted. There's a little plantation. It's a public area, and so they're all been done with like poplar. So all you had was all these poplar trees, literally like 2, maybe 3 meters apart, and about 4 meters between the rows. So the trees are huge. I mean, they're really tall poplars, because they grow taller now, don't they? But it looked really cool. Quite it's almost like overgrown bamboo. You know, there's all these poles. But you know, it's all habitat, isn't it? You know, it's all protection as well, and creates shelter and places for the birds to nest. So it's that's good stuff. And we do. It's quite. Oh, by the way, I thought I'll have to video it. I'll have to set up a camera or something. But the little bird boxes we made the other day, and I stuck them up on the tree. I've got birds in them already. They've only been up about what, 10 days, maybe less than that. When the I haven't got the TIE fighter one up yet. That needs to be done. There's a few more details to do on that as yet. But the 2 little bird boxes that we did the other day on the other channel, but I stuck them in the tree, and then you've got little birdies in them. So little blue tits. So that's quite good. So they're returning, and they found new homes. So that's positive stuff. So my feeling is, if we can provide enough habitat, enough food, and shelter for these little critters, well, then obviously you'd attract more, wouldn't you? And give them a sanctuary, effectively, where they don't feel they're constantly going to be disturbed. Because obviously we're not going to put the little bird boxes and stuff in places where cats are going to get them, or other, you know, predators are going to get them. The only thing is, we have got one problem at the moment. It's kind of a problem, but it's not. We've got magpies, a lot of magpies. And although they are beautiful, they do tend to. Well, they're stealing all the food for a start. That's quite funny, actually. If you know anything about France, the thing that everyone does is they buy baguettes in the morning. The French do. They buy baguettes, and 9 times out of 10 they don't eat all the baguette. And the following day they put the baguette out. Either they'll dunk it in their hot chocolate for breakfast, which is not my thing, or they put it for the birds. Anyway, we put this baguette, half a baguette that we hadn't eaten, out for the birds. It's like a rocket was. Flipping, it's about long. Magpie comes along and grabs the whole thing and takes it away. The whole baguette. Well, half a bit was, you know, quite a fat one, you know. Baguette traditionnel. So yeah, it was. I thought that was quite funny to see that I did. So, and also, where we do have quite a good throughput of little birdies, in a willow tree actually, in the back of our house, on the north side of our house, where the drainage ditch, you know, the foss runs down, not foss septic, just the land drain, you know. And we're sitting there, looking out the window, because we're from our bathroom, well, actually it's our toilet and bathroom, sitting on the toilet, doing your business, yeah, and all that. Because yeah, we've got poo. We can have a poo review. We can, you see. And no one can see you because, you know, well, not unless they're actually on your land and deciding to appear through your bathroom window. Upstairs it is. Maybe a banana. They can't see anything. Everything's reflecting on the glass. Anyway, you're looking out, what have you, and watch all the birdies. You know, while you have the poo. It's quite therapeutic. It actually helps you push. Good for the, you know, the colon and that. I'll start squatting, don't I, really? Yes, apparently you're supposed to squat when you go to the toilet. I think I'd fall off. Can't imagine squatting on top of the toilet. I think you just, yeah. No, it's not a great idea. Don't do that. But we're not supposed to be sitting in a sitting position, are we, to have a poo? We're supposed to be in a squat. In the squat, you know, when you're like, sort of like, down low and your bum's like between your legs. And it kind of opens you up. As this conversation got a little bit silly. It's not really a conversation, it's just me yabbering, really, isn't it? Yabbering. Does anyone know what's happening regarding P&O fairies? The baguette is the thick one. Ah, the thin one is the flute. How do you pronounce that? Is it flute or... You got the what? I can't say it properly because it's really, really tiny on here. Oh, I've gone really big. What's happening there? Go back. That's it. The number you have dialed is currently in the boss battle. Please leave a message after tone. Okay, fair enough. If you have a dark, moist corner, you could consider a fungus mushroom space. I've done mushrooms. I've done oyster mushrooms. Ones of logs and stuff. Did some in straw. We also we bought some kits once as well, and we put them in a cupboard, nice dark out, and just spray them like a water mister. Get the I can't pronounce the word, but anyway, get that going. And we forgot about it. One day we opened the cupboard out and we forgot all about these mushrooms. And there's all these mushrooms growing out all these boxes everywhere, towards the electric box as well. So yeah, that was quite a nice surprise actually. The oyster mushrooms, and then there was the like button type mushrooms in the field. Yeah, well actually they start off button mushrooms, they're quite big in the end. But that works quite well. But actually here, if you go to like the inner Marche and places like that and get the cheapy mushrooms, like for instance the what do you call it now, the value and like the top budget sort of mushrooms you get from the supermarkets, and quite often they're just pulled, they're not cut, so you leave all that white fluffy stuff on the bottoms of the roots. You can actually get that going again, so you can create your own I can't even say the word, it's like fungus root. So you can actually start growing your mushrooms that way, so sort of dark sort of place. And we do actually go foraging for mushrooms anyway. We do a lot of oh god, I what they're called again. Oh, the fat ones. Seps. Yeah, we quite often pick seps in the autumn. They're very prolific here, and field mushrooms as well. So you've got to get them in the young though. If you get right to the two, you start get old, and especially the field mushrooms, you like black bits. Sort of really too dark, so you want them just a bit pink and then just turning, so they just start turning sort of a brown colour. But don't get the ones with like the loose bits on them and stuff like that, like death caps, and they'll kill you. Yeah, don't eat them. So you've got to be careful. So if you do mushroom pick, and limit yourself to the obvious ones. That's the one. That's the word. Mycelium. That's the word. Yeah, I couldn't pronounce it. Pronounced it just then. Yeah, mycelium. Yeah, you get a little bit on the bottoms of your mushrooms if they've been pulled and not cut. So yeah. Just saying, so it's beautiful to watch birds' nests. It's very satisfying after you've... Yeah, that is. You're right. Just saying. Yeah, it is. It's actually really, really lovely, actually. You think you've created something for them, and you actually built them a home. And it was really cheap, and really quick, and really easy. So it's quite nice. A room with a poo! Yes, that it is. Or a poo with a voo. It could be either. Yeah, so it's just... No, it's very therapeutic, to be honest. Even wildlife-wise, and we're quite fortunate where we live anyway, because we live in the middle of nowhere in France. It's a hamlet, but our hamlet's just us, the Prix de Bouillerie. So it's and then we've got Bouillerie, which is the main hamlet, but we're kind of on our own, as you probably, if you've seen my videos, you probably know already. So it's quite good actually, because I'm quite noisy with machines and other stuff that I do. So it's music. So we're quite fortunate. We're very, very fortunate, and we've got a lot of wildlife here. I can't remember ever driving down the road and seeing birds of prey just sitting there on a farm fencing. Drive past, you walk past me, don't move. They're not worried about you at all. In England, there's I can't remember ever seeing that. But here, we had the deer in the field the other day. Well, more than one. There was about 4, maybe 5 little deer. Quite small deer, and a couple of big ones there as well. And they took one look at us, this scarp, and literally just cleared the fences, because all our land is fenced off, you see. And they just cleared the fences and just went for one. So yeah, they're quite fascinating things to watch as well. Very lovely creatures. But we do have the chasse, unfortunately, and they do tend to, they do seem to like to shoot them. Yeah, I don't like it, but there you go. I know it's not. At least they eat them, so it isn't so bad, I suppose. There you go. I'm not vegetarian. I can't talk really, to be honest, but I wouldn't go around killing things though. Just to be honest, is that hypocritical, really? If you're willing to go to a supermarket and buy a bit of meat, You don't really know 100% the life of that animal, and then criticise someone who shoots an animal and then eats it. As long as it's, oh, I don't know. I don't know where I lay on that one, where I stand on that one. It's good to be relaxed so you don't blow out your O-ring. Oh, definitely. That's a valid point. That's another good reason to build some bird boxes where you can see them while you're doing a number one. Yes. Makes sense to me. How about you? Who bought a kid? Don't buy kids! No, kits! Kits. Kits as in mushroom kits. They do them in the Lidls and places like that, when they're in season, that is. When it's the right time to do it. Hello, whatever. 133701, hi. The number you have dialed. Alright, well, I am going live tonight, I think. I need to find a few things to talk about. Oh, without wolves, deer and wild boar populations go out of control. But, hello, David, or David, I hope you're well, buddy. But out of control for who, though? Wouldn't say out of control. Well, wild boar could be a bit of a problem, because they're vicious things they are, crikey. I've been chased by one of them. It was not fun. I ended up over a bush. Yeah, or a hedge thing. Although he ran at me and then he just stopped. It was a bit bizarre. I think I was more scared than what he was. I think he just wanted to attack me. Lovely hat. What do you reckon? Ooh. Like Les Dawson looking over the fence, talking to the neighbour. Oh, hi, Deirdre. Yes, and lots of ticks. That is very true. Yeah, we do. We have to use stuff on our dogs, which we hate to do. We use Brevecto, which is like a little dog biscuit thing that lasts about 3 months. If it was just the ticks, we wouldn't actually use it because ticks are stuff you can deal with the dogs. But fleas are the biggest problem for us here in France with the dogs. Yeah, we trying to do it by any other means other than blooming chemistry. It's almost impossible. I tried everything from various repellents to constantly bathing them and soaking the dogs in loads of lava and leaving it on them for like half an hour, 20 minutes or 10 minutes or what it might be, and then washing it off, hoping to drown the fleas. And then I tell you one thing, it did work though. We succumbed to that. We treated all the house, and that did actually help because we get like wood fleas and then various other, they go nooks and crannies in your house. They all come out and have to find a host. In this case, it would be the animals, the dogs. But yeah, we do use the stuff by Brevecto, and that does do the job. The first time we actually used that, we get dog the little biscuits, like a little dog biscuit thing, and it's not start scratching. They did. They suckered a bit mad. Within about 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden stopped. Put the flea comb for the dogs, and we couldn't get one. There wasn't one live flea on them. You know what we could find, that is anyway. So it's really quick. I thought I'd have to go through the system and be digested and all that. You think we'd take forever, but no. Toads and dogs in the woods today. Yes, did you know? Whatever. We've got toads in our garden. We've got toads. Got these little frog things. Well, they're frogs. Yeah, because we've got a couple of little ponds. You see, got loads of frogs in there. But the toads. Oh God, I love the toads. Every night, we've got to be careful. We have because. Where the back doors, you got the water bar on the bottom of the door, with a gap underneath there. Every single night, we have this fat toad. It's a bloody great thing. He goes underneath that water bar on the back door. I don't know why he does that, but he does. He's just underneath the water bar. So whether it's shelter or whatever. Excuse me. So yeah, it's Oh, I do love wildlife. Yeah, I really, really do. What other things we have here? We have the I call it something dragons, golden dragons or something. They're not a frog. They're an amphibian. It's they're black and they're yellow. I'll come to my head in a minute. And they have like a neurotoxin come out of the areas in the head, and so you'll be careful because if a dog can actually, a small dog, if they try to bite it or eat it, the toxins go into its mouth. Can actually give the dog a fit. I remember actually on Facebook once, one dog got died. It had a fit and died where it put this thing in its mouth. That was a little Scotty dog, little Wesley thing, you know, one of the fluffy type things. I'm not one for fluffy dogs. I like short-haired dogs. The salamander. That's it. You're right. Salamander fire dragon. That's it. Thanks for that. Yeah. We had quite a few of them in the. Yeah, he was in the quite a few of those in the house when we first bought the house. They were lifting rocks up and stuff, and then these salamander fire dragons. Oh, for God's sake! You think yourself, what are we gonna do with this? We disturbed it now. You couldn't stay there anyway because it was just, it was basically a pile of muck inside the house. So we had to move. So we had to sort of find somewhere suitable for it to sort of like gently reinstall it elsewhere where it's sheltered and not too cold and stuff. So yeah, that was a bit of a. It does worry me, those sort of things too. Davy Drago, he says, I miss Graham. Was this week when he travelled to Poland? Yes. Oh no, it's on the 21st. Isn't it? He's going to Poland. It's not 21st yet, is it? Yeah, I was hoping to go with him, but I can't drive up there because I'm not taking this car up there. Definitely not. For God's sake, it's got a few problems. But I would tag along. But obviously, I don't want 3 adult men in the front of Kieran's van. That'd be a bit much. So the idea was going to try and get another van, but there's just not enough time to organise it. But if anyone's got a vehicle nearby, I would. They're full of stuff. Obviously, there's no point going away up there without anything in it. I would be willing to do the drive, most definitely. So I did put a thing on Facebook, but I didn't get no interest. On the group, there's various groups on Facebook. Oh my God, talking about groups on Facebook regarding these refugees. Oh crikey, there's so many people, genuine people as well, but also so many people. Oh, we've got a room. We'll take somebody in. Yes, great, okay. And I thought to myself, well, do you actually understand what they need? It's not going to be just about providing them with a space. You need to be committed enough to be able to help them. So they're going to need just obviously they need to get themselves registered being there, because obviously your local Mary's going to know what's going on, if in France it is. But also they might need some funding, they might need some money, they're going to need you've got to be able to feed them, obviously. The commitment in France is a year, it's 12 months commitment. That is, because me and Caroline want to do, we still do want to do it, but we're worried that we might tie ourselves into something that we feel that, and obviously we might be wrong. Don't be wrong. There might be a case that we're worrying too much, but because we don't necessarily understand the paperwork 100%, we're reading through it. It's all in French, obviously, and we're reading through it and we think ourselves, well, crikey, we can't tie ourselves for 12 months or something. What if we don't get on with them, or for whatever reason, it could be inside our home. It's not something just let them put them in a jeep or something. They'll be in, these poor souls will be in our home. And I know it sounds selfish, but it does wash you. Or selfish? It's not really selfish. It worries us. It does worry us. We aren't fully committed to the idea yet. I think we need convincing, basically. But we've seen those people. They say, "We'll do this and do that." Oh, this. We'll do this. We've got a room. But it's almost like they're doing it for the wrong reasons. It feels like to me. Not everybody. It's not everybody. But it does feel like some people who are offering their properties are doing it for the wrong reason. As though they're doing it to make them feel good about themselves. It's almost like it's a compensation because they can't do anything else. It's not. I don't think you should be doing it for that reason. You should be doing it to help the people, and it should be for their needs, not yours. That's my feeling, anyway. It's a bit like when I'm going to get a hamster for the kids or something. The kids are going to say, "Oh no, I'm going to look after it. I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to take the hamster for a walk," all that. And then what happens? The parents end up looking after it. Believe me, I know. Especially blooming guinea pigs. Oh, I'm sure some of you have been there before. Seen pictures of what they're scary, but crikey, aren't they beautiful animals? And Carpenter, they really are. Is it St. Patrick's Day? Really? I didn't even know. Crikey, I don't know what's going on around me, I don't. Just saying, I got to work, Marcus. Have a great... Oh, you got to get to work. Okay, no worries. You take care. Just saying. And from California. Do take care, buddy. Oh, a catalytic bisection. Oh, the boss dies. Oh. I thought about Graham this morning on TV news. They said Russian bombed 3 Panama ships at the Ukrainian... Really? Oh, God, I didn't know that one. Crikey. That's not great. I just had someone walk past and give me a hard stare. What's that all about? Did they think I was staring at them when I was staring at my phone? Maybe they thought I was actually videoing them or something. Something stupid like that now. Crazy. Like you said, 3 Panama ships at the Ukrainian coast have been bombed by Russians. Getting better the worst, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to go. And so I'm probably going to be going live tonight. Maybe I won't look like an Oompa Loompa or an Humpty Dumpty, because I kind of do, don't I? Got my padded shirt on. Keep me warm and all that, you know. My hat. I want to get a nice hat, I did. Like one Russian hats. I can't remember what they're called. A bit like this, but a sort of Russian version in Norwich. But it had that symbol on the front. So I thought, don't really want that. No, I just want the big fluffy kind of like the fur, well, fake fur, but fur type hat. Yeah, but it didn't have what I wanted. No, I didn't want that big symbol on the front. I thought it would be a bit disrespectful considering what's going on. Actually, in fact, I don't know why they were selling it, quite honestly. I'm surprised he didn't get, you know, reprimanded for it. They also bombed a theatre full of children again and murdered 10 Ukrainians in a bakery. They just want to buy bread. Oh, for God's sake. I'm sorry. I've heard it so many times now, because obviously what I'm doing and that. It's just, oh, you can't blame the Russians. Don't blame the Russians. It's not, you know, it's not the Russian people. It's the, you know, it's Putin. I'm sorry, but you have to take some responsibility for yourself. If you pull that trigger or press that button, you have to take some responsibility for yourself. It can't be just, you know, you have to question your orders sometimes. Especially when you know full well, unless they do, that your consequence is going to kill children. Innocence. I can't condone it, I'm sorry. I really can't condone it. Don't worry, I'm not going to drive. I'm getting ready to drive. That's all. I'll get told off if I you know, I can pretend I'm driving. Oh dear, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to, yeah. No, cheers, buddy. Cheers, Steve C. Oh, it's just love. I just want to do a little update, so I've just got some trees. So I'm going to go live tonight, probably. I don't know if anyone else is going live. Is probably going to take any potential viewers I might got. But hey-o, say la vie. There's always going to be someone else going live, isn't there? I suppose. Anything also, I won't step on the toes of like Max, because he's been really good to me. I do like Max roast beer. He's been a very, very lovely man. Well, he has been to me anyway. So I don't know about everybody. I don't know. Maybe I'm special. Maybe anyway. That's just one last look at the chat. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Thanks for stream. Have a nice afternoon to you too. And yeah, well, I'm going to go live again tonight. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about just yet, but I'm sure. Well, let's be honest. There's never a shortage of material, is there? I might just wing it. And just, you know, have a few topics to talk about. Maybe we can have a bit of a banter. That might be quite good as well, instead of my usual kind of blah, 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 blah stuff. Toads and dogs in the woods today. Oh, I hate ticks too. Who's had a tick? Well, I've had a tick. Nasty acrid, it's all spiders, they're everywhere. Blimey. Well, there you go. Oh, Pterodactyl said, I'm planting 50 apple trees right now. Brilliant. Well done, buddy. Well, I just got another 10. We've got another, I think it's 10 or 12 trees we've got coming anyway. Should be today, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, yeah, today or tomorrow. Which is we're quite excited about. And I suppose we've done, that brings us about 70 or 80 trees so far that are actually put in the ground, plus these. Stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get, well, hopefully we will. We'll be getting a lot more. We're going to keep buying. Curse my hay fever, says Duke Vengeance. Oh, I hate hay fever. I'm up and down. I'm a bit asthma sometimes. Nuremberg trials made short work of the argument. Ah, that's a good point actually, because you're still complicit, aren't you? Yeah, you can't just settle on foreign orders. If it's a war crime, you're also to blame. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So ta-ta! Thank you for watching.